Oi, boys, welcome to another episode of Odd Takes. Episode 8, went on a bit of a hiatus last week. To be honest, nothing much happened around the league, but today we got some pretty juicy stories, the first being New Zealand's superstar, and easily one of the top 3 fullbacks running around the league today. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck is reportedly closing in on a deal with New Zealand Rugby Union, which will see him depart the league at season's end. And I'll be honest, if there was ever a quote-unquote good time or right time to dip out of league and have a run around in Rugby Union with the World Cup coming up, the timing's perfect for him. I believe he'll be going to the Auckland Blues. I mean, ever since he moved back to play for the NZ Warriors, there was always that feeling that he'd head back to Rugby Union. Now, when he says it was his dream to don the black jersey, you can believe that because he is, after all, a schoolboy Rugby Union player. Isn't that every kid's dream that grew up in NZ playing Rugby Union? Anyway, as for the move itself, I actually like the switch from Roger, and I really do think that he'll make the World Cup squad. Like I said, he grew up playing rugby, and the transition from Pro Rugby League to would pretty much be his pro debut in Rugby Union, but still I expect the transition to be seamless. Look, Roger's an elite athlete, and above all, he's a professional that takes his craft seriously. He could have easily signed to the Warriors, and you know how players get when they sign big deals. Well, not all of them, but most of them do get a little complacent. They ease up on the gas pedal. They get a little inconsistent, but not Roger. The man's been performing at a high level for the last 4 years for the Warriors, and let's just say it's been pretty rough. Look, I just hope he can secure the biggest bag he can get. Will we see him back in the league? He's 27 right now, so it's a possibility. I'm honestly more interested to see who the Warriors pick up in his absence, because they've got quite the boots to fill. Will this potential signing come in and be the face of the Warriors, or will Chanel Harris-Tavita maybe rise to the occasion this year and become the face of the Warriors? It's an intriguing storyline to follow. Gotta say though, it does suck to see Roger leave the sport, but I genuinely do wish him all the best. Next up, since we're on the topic of New Zealand superstars, New Zealand Rugby League legend Benji Marshall finds a new home at South Sydney. Surprised? I'll say this, I'm not surprised that he decided to stay in Sydney. You know, where he's at in his career, there's a lot more to weigh up than just securing the biggest bag. I would have loved to see him have a run in the Super League, but I don't think it was a realistic option. Regardless of how much the contract was worth, the Roosters rumours popped up too. I thought that was a good fit, as I didn't think that was a realistic option for him. But the Rabbitohs, back with Wayne Bennett, do I think he'll crack the 17? Look, it's going to be tough for him to even get a bench spot. Yeah, nah, I can't see him making the 17, but he is quite the player to have in the tuck in case of an emergency. Because, you know, some players kind of prone to injury. I'm not going to name names, but you know, you never know. Knock on wood though, of course. As for the pricks spreading the narrative of he's taken away opportunities from young up-and-coming players, nah man, I'm not with that. Experience trumps all in my opinion, and even if we don't see him donning the Rabbitohs jersey this season, just him being around the club, you know, the boost of morale, the vibes, the energy that he'll give off to the younger Rabbitohs players, it's invaluable. I hope we get to see him play a few games, but man, it's going to be tough cracking that 17. And finally, the teen sensation has been making waves in social media once again. 17-year-old Joseph Sualii was named in the emerging Blues origin squad. That's crazy, man. There's the raps on this kid. I hope he performs to his expectations. I mean, just to name off a few in this emerging Blues team, there's Jake Averillo, Bradman Best, Blake Brayley, Nat Butcher, Kyle Flanagan, Campbell Graham, proven NRL players. Couple rookies in there as well. We've got Charlie Staines. But yeah, like bona fide NRL players, Moses Sualii, Sosifa Talakai, Brian To'o. It's crazy that Freddie's chucked them in there, unproven at the professional level. They obviously see something in the kid. I personally can't wait to see him debut, but I think we won't see it until next year. I believe he's too young. He's still 17. Maybe he turns 18, I don't know. I doubt we'll see him this year. I did watch his highlights when I talked about him in an earlier video. And like I said, I wasn't that impressed, I'll be honest. That was when I was comparing his schoolboys highlights to the likes of Caden Ponga, David Fafita. But yeah, people want to complain about Benji taking away opportunities from up-and-coming players. Here's this rookie teen, never played a lick of NRL, and he's named in this emerging Blues squad. That's pretty crazy. And honestly, it's a dope. It's pretty hectic. There's so much hype surrounding this kid. all it's doing really is just putting a lot of pressure on him to perform when he eventually steps foot on a rugby league field. I wonder where he'll play. I think if the Roosters don't find a suitable 7 by the time he makes his debut, I won't be surprised if they move Teddy into the halves and chuck him at fullback. He's still a year or two away from making his debut, so in that time a lot can happen. You've got an aging Roosters back line, so there's a lot of positions he could slide in. But yeah, if you guys have any opinions on any of these topics, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck making the switch, and who do the Warriors target? I think number 1 on the list would be Brandon Smith, maybe Chance Nickel-Klokstad, maybe bring Adam Kieran back, give him a shot, maybe Momorovsky. I know he's trying to get out of his Tigers deal, but yeah, let me know your thoughts on the other topics as well. Benji signing to the Rabbitohs, and Sualii being named in the Emerging Blues squad. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. We'll have a little chat, or jump into the Discord. As always, if you enjoyed that and would like to see more rugby league related content, or more content in general, be sure to run straight at that like button. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you later.
Rag the riches, so if it's by the back, you know that I'm finna pull up. All of this cash, I get it and split it and flip it and make sure I double it up. I ain't a bastard, I'm making tops on me how to grind and how to run up my funds. I'm really peep out a bitch, like she talking about tips, all of these, hope be knowing what's up. Hey, my phone got a block.